Hi, my name is Kathleen Pelley and I'm a children's picture book author. My latest book, Magnus Maximus, A Marvellous Measure, is the story of an old man who loves to measure all kinds of extraordinary things, from the wobbliness of a jellyfish to the itchiness of an itch. But soon he discovers that what he loves most in life is meant not to be measured, but treasured. Where did I get the idea for Magnus? From my husband. Decades of living with such a consummate measurer who brought me to live with him here in this land of America, where everyone was vying to find the fastest, the biggest, the richest, or whatever other S was in vogue, so much so that I actually felt as if I was living in the pages of the Guinness Book of World Records. It made me want to write this story. The release of Magnus coincided with one of the worst economic downturns in recent history, and it made me wonder whether our financial meltdown wasn't tied into a measuring obsession gone awry. What was once a virtue has become a vice. Every strata of society has succumbed to the seduction of the measuring tape, the latest Gallup poll, the NASDAQ, or the standardised test. Of course, some of these tests are both necessary and useful up to a point, but as a mother and a former teacher, I worry about our little ones while they enter this world with an innate sense of wonder and awe, knowing full well that the best things in life are beyond measure. All this comparing and testing and ranking erased that kernel of wisdom very rapidly. Our measuring frenzy has left us all a little jaded and jittery. It has even blinded us to what our souls need most. The ancient Greeks defined happiness as the evolving of a soul. What do our souls crave? Beauty, truth, wonder? All those breathtaking moments, the kind that come when we walk hand in hand with a child, or when we gaze up at a star-speckled sky and see what Jared Manley Hopkins called all the firefolk sitting in the air. These moments are also the stuff of stories and songs and poems and pictures, and they are all that many of us have forsaken in our measuring spree. And the irony is that they provide the antidote to our worldly woes that stretch nowadays from the stock market to the playground. At day's end then, instead of counting our net worth or toting up our losses, we could count our blessings and ask ourselves, what whiff of wonder, what bolt of beauty took our breath away this day? Many have asked me if Magnus Maximus is secretly a book about the perils of No Child Left Behind in standardised tests. No, not exactly. But I do wonder if an overdependence on test results has not blinded us to the obvious, that our children's education is not merely a matter of head and intellect. It is also a matter of heart and imagination, of character and courage, of compassion and goodness, all of which defy measurement. Magnus Maximus, A Marvellous Measure, is a fable to remind parents and to reassure children that there is more to our worth than the MCAT, the GMAT, the LSAT, or the NASDAQ. No doubt our schools will continue to teach our children to measure, for measuring is a good thing in moderation. But perhaps we can also teach our children what they all once knew before we subjected them to our frenzy of measuring, that each one of them is a gift, precious beyond measure, and that life itself is all gift, a gift that is meant not to be measured, but to be treasured.